Welcome students. In today's session we will be studying Geography chapter 3 part 1 and the name of the chapter is Mineral and Power Resources. First of all, what are minerals? A naturally occurring substance with a definite chemical composition is a mineral and they are not evenly distributed over space. These minerals they are not evenly distributed on the planet Earth. Minerals are concentrated in a particular area or rock formations. Minerals, they are concentrated in the particular area, not evenly on the all surface of the planet Earth. A few of these minerals are found in areas which are not accessible, means which are difficult to reach, such as Arctic Ocean bed and Antarctica. So Arctic Ocean bed and Antarctica are contain rich mineral deposits, but due to these areas are difficult to reach, cause of that we cannot get easily deposits of minerals from there. Minerals are also formed in several types of geological environment under varying conditions. Means for the formation minerals, particular type of geological environment is required, as well as under varying conditions, under different conditions these minerals get formed. They are created by natural process without any human interference. Remember, very important point, these minerals not formed by the human process, they are created by the natural process. And here we can see geological environment under varying condition. These mineral resources naturally get created. Here some the images of various types of minerals. Some of the minerals which are very much familiar to you: iron. Here you can see marble, coal, as well as you can see here jasper, agate, flint, etc. The minerals based on their hardness also we can see here: talc, gypsum, fluorite, diamond. According to their hardness, according to their softness, you can see mineral are categorized. Now mineral classification. Here very important, we can see these mineral classification. Minerals can be classified on the in the two categories. So here mineral can be classified on the basis of their physical properties such as color, density and hardness, and the chemical property such as their solubility. So you have to remember minerals classified into two categories: physical, based on their physical properties, as well as based on their chemical properties. Under the physical properties we can see color, density and hardness. We can used to say, as well as in the chemical property we can see based on their solubility. Then types of minerals. There are 3000 various types of minerals, and based on their composition they can be classified into metallic and non-metallic minerals. Here see minerals classified into metallic and non-metallic minerals. Here in the chart you can see mineral, they are classified into metallic and non-metallic. Again in the metallic, minerals can be classified into ferrous as well as non-ferrous. So here see minerals classified into two parts: metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. Then metallic minerals, ferrous and non-ferrous, again further into categorized. First of all, metallic minerals. So metallic, the name which gives us clue that metallic minerals which contains metal. So metallic mineral contain metal in the raw form. Metals are hard substances such as iron, such as copper, such as tin. These are the metals, and these metals are hard substances that conduct heat and electricity and have characteristics of luster or shine. These metallic minerals, they are the good conductor of heat as well as electricity, and they have luster or shine, this characteristic. Iron ore, bauxite, manganese ore are some examples of metallic minerals. Metallic minerals may be ferrous or non-ferrous. We have seen here metallic minerals, they are most probably considered as ferrous as well as non-ferrous. So here we can see which minerals are called ferrous and which minerals are called non-ferrous. We will see ferrous minerals like iron ore, manganese and chromite which contain iron. So ferrous minerals in which iron is the main substance which is in the raw forms, and a non-ferrous minerals in these iron does not contain iron. See, a non-ferrous minerals does not contain iron but may contain some other metals such as gold, silver, copper or lead. So here see ferrous minerals and non-ferrous mineral. We can see ferrous minerals in which iron is one of the important metal is found, and in the non-ferrous mineral metals are there, other metals are there but not iron. So there is absence of iron metal but presence of other metals. So these are the metallic minerals. Now non-metallic minerals, which minerals are called as non-metallic minerals. Non-metallic means not availability of metallic minerals, metal which does not contain any metal. See, non-metallic minerals do not contain metals. Limestone, mica, gypsum are some of such minerals, are the examples of non-metallic minerals. As well as which are the other minerals are also called as non-metallic minerals. So see, the mineral fuel like coal and petroleum are also non-metallic minerals. So here limestone, mica, gypsum, coal and petroleum are also non-metallic minerals. Minerals can be extracted by mining, drilling and quarrying. These minerals are found under the surface. Some minerals are below means very close to the surface, but some minerals which found deep under the surface. So to get these minerals or to extract these minerals, for that reason three processes required, that is mining, drilling and quarrying, and with the help of these process minerals can be extracted from the below the surface. Now here types of minerals, metallic minerals, non-metallic minerals. Metallic minerals especially which get formed igneous and metamorphic rock. Then non-metallic minerals which found in the sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rock we know that is broken rock particle which get stored, which then compressed, and due to that sedimentary rock get formed, and with in this sedimentary rock we can found non-metallic minerals. So igneous rocks, metallic minerals especially iron ore in North Sweden, copper and nickel deposits in Ontario, Canada, iron, nickel, chromite and platinum in South Africa are examples of these metallic minerals. Such as non-metallic minerals, limestone deposit of Caucasus region of France, manganese deposits of Georgia and Ukraine, and phosphate bed of Algeria. Mineral fuels such as coal and petroleum, these are the examples of non-metallic minerals. Now extractions of minerals, as we have seen that extraction of minerals, for that reason three processes are required: mining, drilling and quarrying. In the mining process again two types are there: open cast mining and shaft mining. We will see what is mining, drilling and quarrying process, as well as open cast mining and shaft mining. Now first of all, mining. Mining is the process of extracting minerals from rocks buried under the surface, under the earth's surface. You can see here this process is called as the mining process, in which with the help of machinery, with the help of human labors, mineral get extracted from the rock surface. Meanwhile, in open case mining, minerals that lie at shallow depth are extracted by removing the surface layer. Open case mining, in this is the type of mining means where minerals which are available very close to the earth's surface. For that reason, to get such a type of minerals, open case mining process is used. But some minerals here at the same time, shaft mining is method in which deep bores called shafts are made to reach mineral deposits that lie at great depth. Some of the minerals which are not present below the surface, means very close to the surface, that time open case mining, that time shaft mining is used. Such as we can see here, this is the here suppose some of the minerals which are close to the earth's surface, that time open case mining is used. But some resources, some mineral resources which are not present or which are deep under the ground at the great depth, that time shaft mining is required, which some of the minerals which present or which are available, which are present at the higher depth, so that time shaft mining is required. We can see here now drilling. Also, drilling is the method used to bore deep wells so as to take out petroleum and natural gas that occur far below the earth's surface. So, drilling, which is the process from which petroleum and natural gas, which means at the great depth, which are located, so to take out those minerals, for that reason drilling is the process is used. As well as you can see here, with the help of this shaft, with the help of drilling, petrol as well as natural gas which is available at the higher depth to take out. For that reason drilling process is used. Now the quarrying finally is in the method known as quarrying. Minerals that lie near the surface are just dug out. So some of the minerals which are located just near the earth's surface, and to take out or to extract such minerals, for that reason quarrying process is required. So here you can see quarrying process, with the help of this process minerals are used. Now mineral distribution. Asia, large iron ore deposits, China and India. World's largest tin producer, China, Malaysia and Indonesia. Production of lead, antimony and tungsten, China. Deposits of manganese, bauxite, nickel, zinc and copper, Asia. So these minerals are located, are available in these particular countries. Now Europe, leading producer of iron ore in the world, that is the Europe. Countries with large deposits of iron ore such as Russia, Ukraine, Sweden and France. Then mineral deposits of copper, lead, zinc, manganese and nickel, the countries which are Eastern Europe and European Russia. Then North America, in North America also mineral deposits in North America are located in 3 zones. The Canadian region, north of the Great Lakes, the Appalachian region and the mountain ranges of the west. Iron ore, nickel, gold, uranium and copper mined in the Canadian Shield region. Then coal, which is found in North America in the Appalachian region. Vast deposit of copper, lead, zinc, gold and silver in western Cordilleras. So these minerals are found in North America, continent North America. Then in the South America, which type of minerals are located? We can see the largest producer of high grade iron ore in the world is found in Brazil. Leading producer of copper, Chile and Peru. World largest producer of tin, Brazil and Bolivia. Large deposits of gold, silver, zinc, chromium, manganese, bauxite, mica, platinum, asbestos and diamond is found in South America. Mineral oil is also found in Venezuela, Argentina, Chile, Peru and Colombia. So these are the minerals which found in South America. Likewise, in Africa continent, Africa is rich in mineral resources. World's largest producer of diamond, gold and platinum takes place from Africa. Produce a large portion of the world's gold. South Africa, Zimbabwe and Zaire. Copper, iron ore, chromium, uranium, cobalt and bauxite. Other minerals found in Africa. Oil is also found in Africa in Nigeria, Libya and Angola region. Now the last, Australia. Australia is the largest producer of bauxite in the world. Leading producer of gold, diamond, iron ore, tin, nickel, rich in copper, lead, zinc and manganese also. The largest deposits of gold found in Kalgoorlie and Coolgardie areas of Western Australia. So in this way we can we have seen the distribution of these various minerals on the planet Earth, as well as one of the very important continent, Antarctica, where which is, even though not accessible easily to get extract these various kinds of minerals, but then too there is a rich deposits. There are rich many deposits we can use to say are found on the planet, on the continent Antarctica. Variety of mineral deposits are found, some probably large. The significant size of deposits of coal. The Transantarctic mountain, where the large deposit of coal mineral, deposits of iron forecasted near the Prince Charles Mountain of East Antarctica, iron ore, gold, silver and oil present in commercial quantities. So even though Antarctica is the place where we cannot reach easily, as well as it is very difficult to reach over there to get extract mineral from there, but it is very important part of our planet Earth. Now uses of minerals. We have seen the various kinds of minerals and their distribution. Now we will see what are the uses of these minerals. So minerals forge gems, hard set in various jewelry styles, copper used in making coins and pipes. Then silicon used in the computer industry is obtained from quartz mineral, and from the quartz silicon is silicon obtained, and that silicon is used most probably in computer industry. Then we can see aluminium extracted from its ore. Bauxite is used in automobiles and aeroplanes, bottling industry, building and kitchen cookware, most probably aluminium utensils we use in our houses, as well as lot of many machineries items made by the aluminium. So aluminium is extracted from the bauxite ore. So with this we used to say various kinds of various ways or various purpose we use these minerals. Here you can see there is a house, and in the house we if we can use to see, so lot of purpose we require minerals in our everyday life. Conserving minerals. So these minerals are very important for the human beings. For human development, minerals played very important work in each and every factor. Mineral availability is there, and this mineral are very precious, but it require to get formed thousands of years. So there is a need to conserve minerals. A non-renewable resources takes thousands of years for the formation of the formation and concentration of the minerals. The rate of formation is much smaller than the rate at which human consume these minerals. Means human beings, they are they are most probably the human population as rising, development process as rising, a lot of industries which are come into exist, as well as lot of construction work and all. For that reason, minerals which required lot of transportation, we can use to say vehicle, number of vehicle rising. So in this way, the human these minerals we used in high quantity. But for to these mineral formation, the rate of mineral formation and the human consumption, rate of human consumption is not flowing in the same way. The rate of human consumption is high as compared to rate of formation of these minerals. So that's why it is necessary to reduce wastage in the process of mining, as well as recycling of metal is another way to conserve mineral resources. Recycling of various metals, recycling such as that many things which after use we keep as lying, or we keep in the surrounding, we do not process on that. So recycling of metal, recycling of these minerals, very very important. Now here some of the ways to conserve minerals. We can say use of alternative source of energy like solar energy, hydroelectric energy, wind energy. With the help of use of these energy, we can conserve mineral sources. Walking on a path that leads to sustainable development, walking on a path in place of vehicles. So this is also very important, which leads to sustainable development. Also we can use to save the we can reduce nature imbalance. Using of mineral resources with greater efficiency, very carefully use of mineral resources should be there. Use of renewable sources of energy, avoid over exploitation of mineral resources. Then use of biogas as a fuel for cooking instead of natural gas, instead of cooking gas. Then reuse and recycle the minerals and their products. Then using minerals in a planned way. So these are the ways to conserve minerals. Now from what we have learned from this chapter, so we have learned from this chapter that what are minerals. Then we have studied about minerals classification, metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. Then extractions of minerals, we have studied that extraction of minerals, three process: mining, drilling and quarrying. Then again in the mining, open cast mining and shaft mining. Then mineral distribution on the various continent, we have studied about a mineral, how unevenly distributed. Then use of mineral, what are the uses of minerals in day-to-day life for the development of our country, for the development of all entire human beings. We have studied that how minerals are used. Then conservation of minerals, these minerals are very very valuable, as well as for the formation it takes thousands of years. For that reason, conservation of minerals, ways of conservation of minerals we have studied. I hope you understood this chapter. With this we conclude the session.